everybody. Thank you for coming. We do super appreciate it. Thank you coming out. So, little about this class. So this is a social media class, AI class. Learn a lot of great stuff. It's not an open up your laptop, so don't worry if you didn't bring your laptop, click here, do this, do that, because typically there is a different level of expertise, even probably between you two. Okay. So it's more of tips, tricks, do's, don'ts, best practices when it comes to utilizing your social media and AI. Okay. A little background about me. My name is Pam. As you know, I'm from Massachusetts, but we love coming to Utah. I love it here. But I've been teaching this class, form of this class, for about almost 15 years, right? And I teach it, and so does Brandon, all over the country. So we hear fears and concerns all the time when it comes to utilizing your social media, your online presence, even AI now. So hopefully, and I know you're gonna leave here today feeling a little bit more if you're not home. Okay?
Yep, my name's Brandon. I'm coming to you guys from Chicago, and I've been traveling with Pam teaching these classes for about 5 years now. But outside of that, I'm also an entrepreneur. It's like you guys are running your whole entire business. For me, I've done a lot of work in the health and fitness industry. I currently own and operate a couple of group fitness studios back where I grew up in Michigan. And the reason I like to bring that up is because the strategies we're going to go through today are tried and true in every single industry. I use them for my businesses. Pam and I have worked with thousands of agents helping them grow theirs. So this stuff works, but you got to make sure to take it and apply it, because we're going to give you all the tips and tricks today, but that's when the magic really happens. So just a couple housekeeping items. You got to double check your phone for me, make sure it's on silent. There won't be we won't be sending out the deck after class, but there is going to be a recording. So if you guys want to go back and watch the recording, that'll always be available. And then finally, there's only a couple of us, so we'll definitely answer any questions that you guys have. But we just ask that you wait until the end of each of the social platforms. A lot of times we'll answer your question on the very next slide. So just jot it down for us. We'll make sure to get them all answered as we go. Okay, so I don't want to get to know you guys.
One more thing, sorry. I just want to make mention that we do have a partnership with Presidio. We worked very hard with Jennifer, and she actually came to us, but worked very hard with Jennifer to get this partnership going. So she's super excited about it, and wants all of her agents to get super excited about everything we're going to talk about here today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys already have some form of social media set up for your real estate business? Facebook business page, LinkedIn. Okay, do you guys feel like you're utilizing it to its fullest potential? No, that's why I showed up today, right? So what are some of your biggest weaknesses when it comes to social media?
Well, consistency.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Some weeks you have the time, you can create content, schedule it, do all these things. Other weeks you're out there working with your clients, doing the main part of your job. So yeah, that's a big one. Do you have
I
anything?
guess I just have personal, and I'm trying to open up the real estate, not have it mixed in the personal.
Yeah.
Or is that fine?
So coming down to like the content to post or
Yeah.
like structure of it.
So I don't know, like, you can post your business on your Facebook personal, or is that not allowed? So I haven't done anything on Facebook because of that, and I just put it on Instagram and then I send it to myself.
Yeah. So there are
some
some
rules to not get like my stuff shut down.
not get in trouble. Yeah, there are some rules about that, and we'll dive deep into it when we talk about Facebook. But yeah, how do you make sure you're staying compliant with everything, not getting your account shut down, going to Facebook jail?
Yeah.
And a lot of times agents also struggle with that same piece of like, what kind of content should I be putting on my business page? What should be personal? How do I make sure to get engagement? So we're going to tackle all of that today. The top 7 platforms that we find give agents the best return on investment for the time, energy, or money that they put into it, but very few agents are actually utilizing. And we're going to cover all of these today. It's going to be your website and blog, Facebook, X, which used to be called Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, first thing I'll tell you is you should be on every single one of these platforms. And I know that might sound a little bit overwhelming, and it's certainly time consuming. But if we go to this list and break it down, each one of these generally has a different group of people that are actually spending time on their day-to-day. For example, Facebook is where Generation X and baby boomers are the #1 demographic. Twitter and Instagram is where millennials are spending a lot of time. LinkedIn is your professional network. And so as we go through class, we're going to kind of split it up into 2 big sections. First one is going to be talking about how to increase this thing called your SEO value. Have you guys ever heard of that before? So SEO, it stands for search engine optimization, and really it's a fancy way of saying how you rank in Google and the search engines. So why is that important? Well, people move to this area all the time, and if somebody hears that either one of you are a great agent, they're gonna do a quick Google search. And so that SEO piece is making sure that you're showing up well online. So when people search for you, they see all the great things about you. And then we're obviously gonna cover social media to stay top of mind and grow your business. So let's start with SEO. Number one way to increase your SEO is actually gonna be through blogging.
Have either of you ever blogged before?
2 years.
Oh, really? So a blog is kind of, because you don't really understand what it is, it's kind of like an online newsletter, and it's designed to make you guys look like you're an expert in something, right? And you've all seen blogs, whether you even realize it or not, because there's all different types of blogs. There's cooking blogs, fashion blogs, real estate blogs. You're an expert in real estate. Well, what's the benefit of blogging? Why do it? The whole benefit of blogging is content building. Okay, we've all heard this for so many years, content's king. But what does that even mean? That means anytime that you post content to a blog platform, it forces the search engines to re-index, reanalyze your blog because there's been a content change. Okay, that's what the search engines are crawling, is content. So now you know what a blog is and the benefit of blogging. Where do you start? Well, first of all, always suggest if you have a website, go take a look at your website, because most real estate websites actually have blogging capabilities right inside of it. But if you don't have a website, that is absolutely the best place to blog to create the highest SEO. And we'll go over that when we talk about websites. But if you don't have a website and you just want a blog platform, the most popular would be WordPress. But there's other platforms, blogger.com, WordPress.com, WordPress.org, or you can just Google on the internet. Okay. So now you know what platform you're going to blog on. What do you blog about? You're a real estate agent, choose to. So blogging real estate content, that's great to blog. But you don't want to just blog real estate content, right? You want to blog other things like DIY projects, how to paint your room to make it look bigger. What's the best curb appeal for my front door color? What fertilizer should I be putting on my lawn? What are the best recipes, or what's to do in this area too, right? So that's your hyperlocal content, which we'll get into in a minute. Showcasing your local expertise. We're going to call that hyperlocal. So what's going on in the towns, areas, and communities where you actually specialize your business. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a 5K road race, a festival going on, anything to local restaurants. People travel here all the time. Right? Local restaurants, we're always looking for restaurants, right? Local restaurants to eat in. What's the best mountain to go skiing on for a beginner? All that great content is great to post to your blog. Okay. And then also listing updates. Now, I know when you get a listing, you take your listing and put it into MLS, which absolutely you should be doing. But when you put it into MLS, it takes your listing, puts it into a database-driven format, takes your listing, pushes it across 1 million+ different websites all at one time. Okay, Google and the search engines actually avoid database-driven platforms. So instead, blog your listing. Because think about all the real estate rich keywords in a listing. Single family home, condo, waterfront, mountainside, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 123 Main Street. All that great content is great to post to your blog. And then also, we joke about this, but really, what's the first question that someone typically asks you when they find out that you're a real estate agent? How's it going? How's the market, right? Why not blog market reports? You get that probably right from your MLS, right? Take that, maybe put, I don't know where you specialize your business. We'll just say Lehigh, because I don't know a lot of other towns. What is it? Called Mapleton. Mapleton, okay. Put it on your blog, put something like, hey, this is what happened in Mapleton in the housing market last month. Curious to know what your home is worth. Click here, send them over to your website, to your market analysis page, right? You might even get some, some seller leads from it. You never know. And then big concern we hear too is, well, I love the idea of blogging. I really do, but I'm not creative. Or I'm a real estate agent, super busy. I don't have time. So you can actually have other people blog for you, because you all work with different business professionals, right? You work with lenders, lawyers, home inspectors. Why not go to your lender, even the home warranty person, right? No, is that legal? I don't know. Yeah. But go to your lender and say, hey, you know what, can you give me a couple paragraphs of, hey, what's going on with the interest rate? Right? Everybody wants to know what that is, right? Or, what's the best loan for a first time home buyer? And let them know, I'm gonna take the content you give me, I'm gonna post it to my blog. I'm gonna share it to my blog, I'll even put your your LinkedIn, put your information on, and you might even get some business from it, right? Think your lender would do that? Absolutely, right, they want your business, so they'll do anything.
And the other thing that you can do when it comes to creating content is you can use AI. Have you used ChatGPT or any other ones before? Okay, pretty familiar with it? Okay,
Ask it advice.
awesome. Now, when it comes to AI, first thing I always like to point out is that all of these different platforms have a free version and a paid version. Do you subscribe to it or do you use the free one? The free one, okay. So one thing to know with the free one is if you use that to try and create content, it's not bringing in today's current info. So if you wanted to make a blog about like what's going on with interest rates, like Pam was talking about, it doesn't know what's going on with the interest rates today because the free version was trained in October of 2023. So if you use the free one, you could still be the one to actually do the research. You can come here and you can say, okay, interest rates just changed from this to this. Here's how I think it's going to affect the local market. And AI can help you create like the paragraph structure for that. Or if you subscribe to it, it does bring in more current information. It can search the web, pull details, and kind of bring everything together. But when it comes to using AI, the value of what you put in as what's called the prompt down here where it's send a message is directly correlated to the value of what you're going to get out. So I'm sure you probably noticed this. If you go there and you use a super basic prompt like, give me ideas to create content on my website, you're going to get a response back, but it's probably not going to be very niche or specific to you. So when you're making your prompt, you want to follow these guidelines here. A better way to create that prompt would be to say something like, I'm a real estate agent in Utah, and I'm looking to build up the SEO on my real estate website. Give me 10 SEO rich ideas. Be sure to incorporate local market trends, DIY projects, what's going on with events in the area, all of those things, and you'll notice you'll get a much better response. Because in the second one, I was number one, very clear and specific on what I was looking for and provided context of who I am and where I'm located. Because if I tell ChatGPT I'm located in Miami, I should be creating different content than here in Utah. You want to kind of give them that context. You also can specify the format. So in my example, I said, give me 10 ideas, but you could say, help me create a 10 paragraph blog. You could say, help me create a content calendar for the next 3 months. You kind of control how you want that to come back. And you can also even consider the tone. So normally when you use AI, you probably notice it comes back in a very formal tone, uses a lot of big words. A lot of times the words sound the same on all of the responses. So if you like the way that it's talking, great, you can keep that. But if not, you can even tell it, okay, I like what you're saying, but make this a little bit more friendly and casual. And AI can actually learn how you want your brand identity to be. So it can include emojis, whatever kind of language to better match with who you are and kind of what you represent. But most important thing on this slide is you always want to go back through and review and correct the information because AI is still new technology. It does still make mistakes. And you need to make sure not only that the information is accurate, but also that it's following all fair housing laws, MLS rules and regulations, all of these specific real estate things. I don't recommend using this as just the be all end all to create content, but it can be really good to help you with just creating like paragraph structure, and then you can go through and kind of make adjustments from there. So before we move on, any questions on this AI piece? All right. Yeah, right? Okay, so now let's talk about some guidelines.
Right, so you want to be blogging a minimum of about once per week, okay? Anything less than that can actually hurt you in the search engines and quite honestly doesn't look very professional. But it really hurts you in the search engines because Google doesn't want to link to a dead or an active blog. So once per week is sufficient. And a blog is typically about 3 to 5 paragraphs. That seems to be the sweet spot for Google and the search engines. But always post a photo with your blog post, okay? More people will actually engage with it and read it if you have a photo. And then make sure you have some form of lead capture on your blog too. And that could be something simple as a subscribe button, a contact me button, or just your contact information displayed on your blog. Think about how important that is, right? Remember, we talked about how blogs have super high SEO. Well, let's say I find your blog, I see a listing that I'm interested in. You need to make sure I have a way to get in touch with you, or you have a way to contact me as well. And then finally, don't keep your blog just sitting on your blog platform. Okay, you want to take that blog and you want to share it to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your X, Instagram. Okay, that does a couple different things. Number one, you're increasing the SEO value by sharing it to the multiple platforms. More places to share it, more relevant it becomes in Google search engines, because if you're sharing it all those places, it must be pretty important. Also, you're reaching a much larger audience, right? Remember what Brandon said. Different demographics typically on each platform. And then you're also developing great brand recognition and top of the line marketing. Okay, so multiple benefits. All right, any questions on blogging? I only have one question. I was listening. Sorry, no more phone calls.
That's right.
Okay, I knew that was gonna happen, but okay, I can do this.
Okay, you know, cause blogging, like, has podcasts taken, like. Say,
Replacing
yeah,
blogging.
yeah, thank you. You know what I mean?
So the thing with blogging, the whole point behind this is when you blog and you post it on your website,
Yeah.
it gives it SEO value.
Okay,
So
that's what
like,
you guys said.
Yeah, every blog you get those keywords, when you have all of those blogs under the same domain as your website.
Okay.
You're now giving all of those points of SEO to your website as a whole. Now,
Okay.
podcasting is really good for engagement and like getting people to learn about you. But because it's in audio form, it doesn't give SEO value to Google and the search engines. So biggest thing here is building up the value of your website. So that way when people are searching for real estate agent near them or just searching for information about you, get your website showing up high, but then you're also showing all of the valuable information on what's going on in the local market and how you can add value to their transaction. So that's kind of key difference is just the SEO.
Yeah, so. Maybe you said this, I'm sorry, but like, so let's say on your website and your SE, and your blog is like identical, like your content, that lane. Like, 'cause, you know, like putting like articles or.
So like sharing it to all the different platforms, the
Well,
same content.
Yeah,
So you do want to do that,
okay,
okay?
so it'd be identical content. and
Yeah,
just-
there's a different demographic on each
Yeah.
platform,
Yeah,
probably, so that's fine.
Yeah,
It's just, it creates more higher SEO, yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, so both of you gonna blog?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you trying to start a blog?
Is that the WordPress one? What's that orange one?
So this is technically called an RSS feed, which is essentially a blog, like it's just the platform a blog is on. Most websites have that embedded within it, but that's kind of the symbol for a blog.
Okay,
But
WordPress still the best then, cause it's free,
Yes.
right?
And you want it to be on your website. So we'll talk about websites
Okay.
after social media
Okay.
platforms. And kind of like the best things to look for and how to get the most out of them. But let's now move on to AI discoverability. So everything we just covered is how people can find you on Google and the search engines. Up until 2 to 3 years ago, that was more than enough. Because most people were just going to Google, they were searching for a real estate agent near me, maybe who specializes in investment properties or something like that. And Google is searching just websites. Well, now people are asking that same question, but they're asking ChatGPT, they're asking Apple Intelligence, and these AI tools, because they're so advanced, are still searching websites, but they're also searching all of your social media platforms, your Google business page, and all of these different ones. So it's important now that you also have your social media platforms and your Google business page set up so AI can discover you, so your results can actually come back. And what I mean by that is, number one, you want to make sure you create SEO optimized bios on each of them. Now, every platform has a little bit different size requirement, but when you're creating your SEO optimized bio, you need to include all of your specialties. If you work with first-time home buyers, investors, seniors, veterans, all of those specialties. You want to include all of your areas of service. So if it's one that doesn't have a lot of characters, you could say like a regional reference to it, or you can list out all the cities. And then you also want to make sure your contact information matches up to a T. And what I mean by that is your name of the profile, your brokerage address, your phone number, and your email address need to be the same. An issue that I see sometimes is agents will have like their Facebook page is correct, because that's the one that they pay the most attention to. But then their LinkedIn, they haven't looked at it in 5 years, and it shows a totally different brokerage, different address. And the issue with that is when AI tools are searching everywhere, if they see one piece of information here and a conflicting one here, you're not even in the running. They're not going to show your information to anyone because they don't know which one is correct. So I'll call out a few important things as we go into specific platforms, but just know high level, optimizing this with SEO bios is crucial. And then also in the settings on the back end, you want to make sure that's also set up correctly. With the industry that you're in, hours of operation, there's a lot of different settings on the back end. So you want to check those and make sure everything matches up correct. And then from there, once you have everything optimized on the platform, you then want to connect them together. So on your Google business page, you can list out, here's my Facebook page, here's my Instagram, here's my LinkedIn. You want to do that on each platform so they can create a full picture of your online presence. And when that's done correctly, they can pull reviews from Facebook, Google business page, bring everything together and give the user one response with all of the information about you, which can be huge for your business. So I know this is kind of high level, but any questions on AI discoverability before we move on to the social platforms? Okay, so let's talk about Facebook. Still to this day, Facebook is the #1 platform. There's over 3 billion users. But first thing we need to talk about is having that business page versus a personal page. So do you guys have an actual business page set up, or are you just using personal?
Just started a business page.
Just started it, okay. Do you have
I
business?
used to, and then I just merged it. Like I decided to go personal business together,
Okay, so
but
the-
the analytics are bad. Okay, keep going.
yeah, so the big thing with that is Facebook actually requires you, if you're gonna do business, it has to be on a business page. And they do that for a few different reasons. #1 is like copyright and licensing issues. If you did a great virtual tour of a home and you played Taylor Swift's music on the back end, well, if you sell that home, Taylor Swift and her team can sue you because you made money off of her song and you don't have a license to use it. So on business pages, they actually have safeguards where if they find you're using something that's not royalty free or there's copyright, it'll actually mute it. And you can go in there, you can change the song, but it's for your protection that they're actually doing that. If you're just doing a fun dance video to Taylor Swift, you can put that on your personal page. There's no issue because you're not making money off of it. But anything you're doing for your business has to start on your business page.
I
Now,
had
you
that
can always-
happen, and I was like, why can't I hear it? It's muted.
Yes, because you don't have a license for it and you're posting to make money.
Yeah.
So the main rule is you can post on your business page and then share it to personal. It just has to start on your business.
Like switch to.
Yep. So that'll be a big homework piece for tonight is get that business page set up and then you can always share from there. And then on Facebook, just like with blogging, the key to success is consistency. Blogging was once minimum per week. Facebook is a little bit more often. It's got to be 2 to 5 times per week. But when you post, you don't want to post just any random content. You really need to post content that's actually relevant and valuable to your followers. What I see far too often is I go to agents' Facebook pages and the only thing that I see posted is new listing, open house, price change, sold. New listing, open, everything just about listings. And though it's great that agents are posting, I want you to think, if that's the only content going on your page, who are the only people that are going to actually find that relevant and valuable? Yeah, people who are looking to buy or sell right now. The reality is most people on your page are not really looking to buy or sell right now. Hopefully someday they will be, but most aren't. So you want to post more content that we call value-based content. Think, does it motivate, inspire, inform, educate, or entertain? And the general breakdown should be about 80% of this value-based and only about 20% posting about your listings, trying to get a lead, trying to make a sale.
Hey Brandon, it has frozen on the Zoom side.
To your website, that's where you're really gonna capture the leads and close deals. In addition to that, though, you do want to also try and post some photos and videos. Photos and videos on average get about 40% higher engagement than text posts alone. And the reason for that is because if I follow your page, I want to see a little bit about you. I want to see your smile. I want to hear your voice. Zig Ziglar said it best. People do business with people they
Trust?
trust, they know, and they like. So showcase what makes you uniquely you. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you have to walk around just taking selfies all the time, but maybe you have pets. Do you guys have dogs? Post pictures of your dogs. There are so many other dog lovers out there that would love to just see cute pictures of your pets. Or maybe you're into fashion or interior design. Post about the things that light you up, because the goal is that you connect with your followers first as a human. That's going to increase the algorithm value. And then when you're posting about your listings 20% of the time, people are actually seeing it because they're interacting with your other content. Another great thing you can do is you can go live on Facebook. Have either of you gone live before? Yeah, okay. Not yet. Are you a little nervous about it?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. It can be super nerve-wracking, but the benefit is when you go live, if somebody joins into it, it increases the algorithm connection with them for up to 3 months. So I recommend try and go live at least 4 times a year. If you've never done it before, a great way to get your feet wet is next time you have an open house. About an hour or so beforehand, go live on your page. Just walk around, give them a tour of the property, talk a little bit about the neighborhood that it's in, or talk a little bit about how the market is. But I want you to think about how powerful that could be. I could be at my apartment in Chicago on a Saturday morning just drinking coffee, and I could attend an open house with you all the way out here in Utah. And the best part about it is it's interactive in real time. I can ask questions like, hey, show me the backyard one more time, or show me how big the closets are. More homes have been sold sight unseen over the past 4 to 5 years, and Facebook Live is a huge part of that. So the first things we covered, self-branded articles, photos and videos, Facebook Live, that's all part of that 80% value boost. Now, of course, you gotta post about your listings, but when you do post about them, there's a right way to do it, and then there's a not so great way. So let's start first with the not so great way.
So, this is coming from my news feed, and I don't know if it looks familiar, if that's the way you're posting, you don't even have to say it. While I love that you're posting, couple problems with a post like this, okay? So typically agents know the power of Facebook. They're like, I have to get my listing up there. They put a little commentary, a bunch of pictures. Put a little commentary, hey, everybody, check out my new listing, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, price to sell, close to skiing, call me if you're interested. Okay, well, I love that you're posting, like I said, prompts. If I land on this post and I start scrolling through these photos, do you have any way of knowing that I'm even doing that? No, there's no lead caption, okay? Or what if I wanted the tax information or the HOAs or whatever I want? Can I get it from a post like this? No, okay, so I have to go somewhere else. But here's the worst part. What if you piqued my interest in real estate? Wow, I didn't realize I could afford that area, but I can. But I only need a 2-bedroom. I definitely don't need a 3-bedroom. Okay. Can I search properties from a post like this? So where am I going? Right, probably one of the national ports. So all those things you don't want to have happen just because you know the power of Facebook, right? So a better way to post your listings is what we call an optimized post. An optimized post is just a link to a website, blog, or landing page. Okay, any one of those 3, but it absolutely needs to have these 3 key factors. It needs to have lead capture, so you have a way to capture my information. It needs to have full listing sheet, so if I do need that condo fees, HOA fees, taxes, schools, whatever, I can get it. And then also it needs to have MLS IDX searching capabilities. In case that's not the property I was interested in, I can search other properties. And this is just, there's so many different formats. It's just one format. Title, photo, short description. I click this link, it brings me back over to the website, blog, or landing page where there is lead capture, full listing sheet, and IDX searching capabilities. Okay, so you guys see the difference here of I post my listings to Facebook and I optimize my listings to Facebook, right? When you optimize your listings, you're driving traffic back to you. I can search properties, get all the information. Where this one over here is just a hope and a prayer that that phone's gonna ring. Okay, that minor tweak can bring much greater results when it comes to getting leads from your social media. Okay. All right, so not good enough to go set up the page, if you don't have one anyway, but to go set up your page and post consistently if you don't have a following, okay? So you need to grow your following. Number one, you can create and promote a Facebook handle. Okay, that's facebook.com and your page name, and you want to advertise that everywhere. More times than not, people will actually connect with you via Facebook before they pick up the phone and call you. You guys agree with that? Right, so make it easy for me. And when I say everywhere, just think about everywhere you put your name. Business cards, letterhead, postcards, even email signatures. Okay, also you can share your post from your business page to your personal page. Maybe you wrote a great article about, I don't know, what's going on in Park City. Share it to your personal page and say something like, hey, everybody, if you like this article, go like my business page. So ask them to like it, but you can also invite your friends from your personal page to follow your business page. It used to be that there was a button that you would push and then you'd have to pick who you want. Now there's a button that says invite friends and it will invite 1,000 at a time. Okay, super easy. But all of this that we've been talking about with Facebook, growing your following, posting photos, everything, all of this is crucial to help build top of mind marketing. You never want to go into your newsfeed and see a real estate transaction that happened with someone you're connected with, but it didn't include you. And you're like, they knew I was an agent, I don't get it, okay? So post consistently, post good content, okay? Really, what you want to do is create top of mind marketing. So when they think real estate, you're the name that comes to top of mind, right? Isn't that the whole game of real estate, being in front of home buyers and sellers when they're ready to buy or sell? Where do we spend a significant amount of time? Facebook.
Any questions on the Facebook section? All right, keep moving on to LinkedIn.
Okay, so, sorry, I was walking away. LinkedIn, 930 million users, very, very big platform, super high SEO. And what I mean by that is, I can pretty much guarantee if I were to Google each one of your names, on page one of Google will be your LinkedIn. Now that can be a positive or a negative. Home buyers and sellers are typically referred more than one agent, and they do their homework, right? They're going to Google you before they meet you. And if I Google you and your LinkedIn comes up and it's all inactive and, not up to date, and the other agent is active and all up to date, who am I using? Oh, we'll be up to date, okay? So in LinkedIn, there's an activity log. That's a place where you could post some good content, but what should you be posting? Blog articles, all the blog articles we've been talking about all morning, post those to your LinkedIn. DIY projects, hyper-local content, whatever you want to post. Put whatever's on your blog, post it to your LinkedIn. Showcase your listings. That's a big question that we get asked a lot. Should I post my listings on my LinkedIn? That's your business, right? Post your listings. Absolutely. Make sure they're optimized. And then also client testimonials and recommendations. Those are also great to post. But LinkedIn is also an appropriate place for you to kind of brag about yourself, right? Maybe you won an award, or you were agent of the month, or you even just got recognized for something great you did in the community, okay? But a big concern again we hear is, well, I'm on LinkedIn, but all these agents, they want to connect with me. I don't want to do that. Yes, you do. LinkedIn is the #1 agent to agent referral platform, okay? We hear it all the time too, maybe there's an agent in Park City that is connected to an agent. I know it's not far, but we'll just pretend it is, here in Lehigh, okay? And they have someone who wants to move to this area. You're connected with them, you look like you're definitely the expert. You could potentially get referrals from that, okay? And again, we hear it all the time. So if you're not active on LinkedIn, you're not up to date, if you haven't gone there in a while, make sure that you do, because you're missing a big opportunity in your business. And you want to be posting to this platform about 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, any questions on LinkedIn? So you're from California, right?
Yeah.
And did you just move here?
4 years ago.
4 years ago, okay. Do you have a database up in, like, people you worked with already? Were you an agent in California?
No.
Okay.
I started all this year,
Okay.
March, brand new.
Oh, good. That's good.
I
Okay, great.
have a LinkedIn account from finishing school at BYU Idaho online, and I started LinkedIn and started it.
Yes.
I was active and going, I only like 63 followers.
Okay.
But I didn't think that you would put the blog real estate on LinkedIn. I thought it was just to find jobs.
Yeah, I know, that's a lot of people think that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
that's
it was, yeah.
Switch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely a good place to find jobs, but for your business, because if somebody Googles your name, like if they can click on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and your Instagram,
Yeah.
you're about to make the biggest investment of their life. So usually they want to check out your professional credentials. This is the one they're gonna go
Yeah.
to. One other quick thing to point out here, so like for that SEO discoverability, you want to make sure your headline here specifically has real estate related content. That's what's gonna show up in Google in the search engines. Same thing, there's some backend settings with like certifications and skills that you can connect. And then as we go through these, you do want to also create some brand consistency. So your cover photo on your LinkedIn should be the same design as your cover photo on Facebook, should match your branding on the website. That doesn't have any effect on AI discoverability, but humans are the ones making the decision. So if they see something that's like professional, established, they feel a lot more confident reaching out because you seem like you got it together than just like a random willy-nilly photo here and a totally different one. You want to create that brand consistency. All right, next in line is Instagram. So Instagram is owned by Meta, which is the same company as Facebook. So same rules apply. You do have to have a business profile on here. Good news is if you have a personal one, you can just convert it to business and keep all your same followers. When we think about posting on Instagram, I want you to think about posting in two separate sections. The first is going to be on your profile, post there, stay there forever. You want to post on your profile once per week. And then the second section is going to be the Instagram stories. Those are the bubbles at the top of the app. They only stay there for 24 hours. There you want to post 2 to 3 times per week. So content should be a little bit different in each of those. On your profile, you want to post these first 4 things. All of your listings and listing updates. If you have video virtual tours to go along with that, post those on your page. If you are attending community events or you're sharing information on an upcoming community event, post about that, and also client testimonials. You think about that content, this is what you want somebody to see when they first find your profile. If they don't know who you are, this kind of shows your professional experience, your hyper-local connections, and they'll be able to see that on your profile. Now, in your stories, you want to showcase a little bit more personality. For your stories, somebody already follows your page, and now you want to make them feel comfortable, like they know who you are. So when the time's right, they're comfortable reaching out to you. So on your stories, maybe you do like a behind the scenes, here's how I get ready for my open house. You could do like what you do to maybe do research on properties or some fun things that you see in homes that you're touring. Do a little bit more fun-based personality. You don't need to prove your real estate credentials. That's all going to be posted on your page. It's just to connect with them. Now, one key thing to point out on Instagram now. So when you're posting your listings, you can make something like this in Canva, a really nice design. But on Facebook and LinkedIn, we talked about how it's crucial you have a link driving traffic back to your website. You always want to get them back there. If you're familiar with Instagram, you know that you can't post a link. It'll be grayed out. There's no clickable link in captions. So it's still the same strategy. But when you post this in the caption, you would want to say something like, for more information on this listing, visit my link in bio. You've probably seen that before, link in bio. That tells them to go to your profile. You can now have up to 5 hyperlinks in your profile, and you would want those just to take them back to different spots on your website. Ultimately, still getting them right back to the site. Any questions on Instagram?
What's the difference between the stories and the reels?
So a story is bubbles at the top of the app. They're there for 24 hours. A reel is an actual post, but it's like a video that continues to repeat over and over and over.
Mhm.
With reels, it has an open algorithm, similar to TikTok, which means if you make a reel, people can see it even if they don't follow your page. Posts on your profile are usually just when people are scrolling through, your followers are going to see that
Right.
content. A reel goes out beyond your followers.
Uh-huh.
So a reel is an actual post. It's a video that repeats over and over, and when it's posted in the reels section, that's going to have open algorithm.
So why would we even use stories? Wouldn't we just go reels completely?
Because the majority of users nowadays are actually spending time just watching people's stories. And I was actually reading an article about it. I don't know if it's because people's thumbs are getting lazy or what's happening, but people prefer just to watch stories and just tap to see what's going on rather than scroll through all the content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Click on the top and start going for it.
Just watch it.
It's-
Yeah. And it's a lot more like laid back and, in my opinion, a little bit more like real life on the stories, because it's as people are going through their day, sometimes posts can seem a little bit like too professional
Right.
if people aren't always looking for that. So having a balance of both is great.
So I think I always do my reels and I always put it on my profile too, though.
Yes, a reel is a post on your profile.
Okay, it's always gonna be on there. Okay,
Always.
sorry.
You could post a reel and share it to your story. Where people
Yeah.
could watch it on there, but if they actually click on it to watch the full reel, it goes to the post on your profile.
Was that a good strategy then?
Yeah.
We should do that?
Yeah, if you create reels, you can get in front of a lot more people,
Right.
and it'll bring them back to your page. And so reels are really designed for like fun, entertaining content to
Yeah.
grab their attention. And then that pulls them back into your profile where you have all this value-based stuff showing your professional credentials, all of your experience. So it's crucial that if you are posting reels, it's crucial that you're keeping up on this too. So when they come back to your page, they don't just see fun, entertaining content, because that doesn't always equal business. Like people feeling confident in working with you. So you want to do a mixture of fun, entertaining, bring it back so they can see all this professional stuff too. Great questions.
Can I pause you
Yeah,
and have them grab, because I'm gonna go take it to another office since I have so much.
yeah,
So that'd be okay if everybody grabs what they want.
absolutely. You guys want to grab us up real quick?
No, you do? They're good?
Okay.
I will.
You want something? You should. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it after comments, but okay, so.
Right.
Thank you.
You, while you're.
So get through it now.
Hey. Yes, and you can post personal stuff on your business page too, if you feel comfortable with it. And it just shows more of your personality, so it would still be beneficial. The only reason I would say create a totally separate one is if you wanna post like more private family stuff on your personal page that you don't want the general public to be able to see, because business pages are totally public. People
Yes.
can go there and they can see all
The
the
one always already has like 600 followers, but it has all this personal pictures from like 8 years, that I really would see.
Mhm.
So I started the business Instagram one, but I only got like 60 followers.
I would
So I had to go
say,
and clean up the personal
Mhm.
and turn it into business, you know what I mean?
I would say do that. You can archive the posts, so they're always still saved on there. It's just not publicly shown to
Yeah.
everyone. So I would do that. Tap into the 600 followers that you already have.
Right, and just clear off the top of pictures of my kids.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about X. How many, well, do you guys have X accounts?
I still
Love
love it.
X. Yeah, okay. So. Very high SEO X, so if you're not on it, I know a lot of agents, they're like, "Can I be on it?" Kind you do, okay?
I should do an X account, that's right.
Okay,
My husband is a big one, so like, yeah, I do have one.
so good. Okay, so it has very high SEO, okay? Because unlike Facebook, I can go to X and I read your tweets. You don't have to say, yes, Pam, you can read them, we can be friends, yes or no. So that means they have super high SEO, meaning they're not tweets anymore, they're called posts, but posts can be found in the search engines, okay? So, and also the biggest demographic still to this day are millennials, your biggest group of first-time home buyers, and now becoming first-time home sellers and first-time, second home buyers as well, okay? So, what kinds of content should you be posting on here? Your listings are probably the most important. Make sure you're posting as optimized posts, right? Just like every other platform. And then also those blog articles, right? Blogs are great to post, but you can't put 3 to 5 paragraphs on on X. There is a 280 character limit. So you just put a little bit of information, put a link back over to your blog where I can continue reading. You want to be posting to this platform about 2 to 3 times per week, okay? That's sufficient. Now, again, same as all the other platforms, you want to make sure you grow your following. You can't just post and not have a following. So a great, easy quick way to kind of grow your following on this platform is called follow for follow. Follow for follow is an online etiquette on X and Instagram, by the way, where you as an X account will follow another X account. The etiquette is that they follow you back. Okay, so I always suggest go follow your friends and family. And then go follow, you know, the MLS, the associations, the police department, fire department, the library, the community center, the schools. Go follow all of those. The etiquette is that they follow you back. Okay, if you go follow Taylor Swift and she doesn't follow you back, don't be offended.
I'm gonna bring that up. You know, I'm still waiting for my phone.
Yeah, I know you're right. Well, I'm Jason, I didn't follow me back, so I can't.
Oh, yeah. Any questions on X?
Okay. All right, YouTube video platform, 2.7 million users, super high usage, right? You can find out everything you need to know about anything on this platform. But what could you use it for in your business? How about video tours of your properties? You know, it doesn't matter though to Google that if you hire an expensive photographer, you do a drone video, or you just take your phone, take a bunch of pictures, stitch them together and add music to it. It does not matter. What does matter is that you always post the title and the description. You are prompted to do it, okay? Don't skip it. All right, if you skip it, there's no way of Google to even index that video. Okay, so that's really important. You're prompted, don't skip it. Or even using it for like educational videos. I do have a couple Facebook friends, they're agents. One, every Monday she does How's the Market Monday. I have another one that every Wednesday she does Where Am I Wednesday? And she goes around to different places in the communities that she actually like specializes her business, whether it's a restaurant, a park, a shop, a little shop, like wherever it may be. She gets lots of engagement from that. So you can do that as well. But don't keep, I'm sorry, video testimonies. I was gonna skip that. Video testimonies. Have either of you done any video testimonies? No? Probably my favorite way to use this, okay? Best time to do, ask your client for a video testimonial is when?
When you do the keys.
Yes,
Sure.
exactly, right? They're so excited, they're so happy, just hand them the keys to their dream home. Ask them, say, hey, can you give me a quick 30 to 60-second video on how you liked working with me? Not everybody will do it, some will, okay? But you wanna take that video and then post it to your blog, share it to all of your social media, and tag them on Facebook. When you tag them on Facebook, now most of their friends and family are going to see that video, hear that excitement. Whose name is attached to that video? Yours. It's so powerful, and agents need to do it more, okay? All right, whatever video you do though, don't keep it just on this platform, right? You wanna take that, share it across all of your social media. All right, any questions on YouTube?
So with YouTube, this is kind of like a public facing video marketing, but I highly recommend you also use video marketing to stay in front of your clients in a meaningful way. Send out happy birthday videos, happy holidays, happy move-in anniversary. Have either of you guys ever received a happy birthday like video that somebody has sent you before? Or text or, okay. So you know, when you get a video from someone, it has a much higher emotional impact than any just text email that you can send out. At a minimum, you should send out an email to all of your clients for their birthday. But I challenge every agent that I work with, set aside 10 minutes every morning. Get your CRM organized where you get notified when it's somebody's birthday. Record a quick, I mean, it can be 5-10 second video and send that out to them. If you do that consistently, I guarantee your name is going to be higher on that person's list than any other agent who's just sending out an automated email because there's that emotional impact behind it. Now, if you're doing this within your CRM, usually the easiest way to send it out is via email. If you can do text on there, great, but usually email is going to be the easiest. If you ever send out a video via email, always include the word video somewhere in the subject line. Brainshark did a study and they found that by adding the word video, it increases the open rate by 19%, increases the click-through rate, which means people actually go to your website by 65%, and it decreases unsubscribes by 26%. So these numbers just gotta show people love video. If you are taking the time to record it, make sure in that subject line you have the word video somewhere. All right, last platform we need to cover is website. So do you guys currently have a website for your real estate business? Okay, are you guys through like the Pro, are you guys part of that package?
Premier
where you have
Plus, yes.
Premier Plus? Okay, awesome. So, and how are the websites doing for you? Do you guys have like leads and traffic coming in or not too much?
No.
Okay, and if not, we'll discuss why that is. That's pretty common in the real estate industry. But with the website, first and foremost, you absolutely need to have a good website for real estate because this is truly the front door of your business. You guys probably aren't spending a lot of time in the office where clients come in here to meet you. All of the business is happening online, so this is your storefront. Now, with the Presidio sites, it's nice to have a Presidio website. We call it a broker provided website. But one thing that I always just like to bring up to agents is with the broker provided like Presidio site, it's technically a subdomain of the main office website. So is yours like first last name dot presidioteam.com or something like that? Okay. So I always tell agents, if you have a broker provided site, certainly have it launched, have it out there. But in conjunction with that, you should also have your own independent website that has the flexibility to build up the SEO. And also in the back of your mind can go where you go and grow as you grow. Not saying you're ever gonna leave Presidio, I hope you guys love it here. But with the premier website, if anything were to ever happen, even if you build up all of the work in there, it's part of the office platform, so it's not a website that you can necessarily take with you. Whereas if you have your own independent website, it's still required that you have Presidio for compliance in certain areas. But if you put all the work to build up the SEO value and then you move to a different state, move back to California and there's not Presidio there, well, you can take this website with you. You can update the brokerage information, it's your site. Other big thing to think about is the SEO value that you can get. On your own website, every time you post a content piece, the SEO goes to you because you're at the top. Over here, technically it's all the office website. So if you post a content piece, it helps the entire brokerage SEO, but it doesn't necessarily help you because you're just part of the subdomain of the site. But so if you were interested in getting your own independent website, there's a few different routes you can go. In the real estate industry, you can hire a custom web developer, have them build an entire platform for you that you own. It's yours forever. You got to pay for website hosting. The downside to that route is it's about $15,000 minimum to have something like that built. So it's a lot upfront, but then it's yours long term. The other option is there's a lot of great tech platforms out there that can do it for you. It's a website on the front, CRM on the back, connected to the MLS, all of those good things. This one is usually a couple $100 a month, usually under $500 a month. But the difference is you're working with that company. You're paying for that advanced technology platform. And if long-term, like 5 years down the line, you didn't want to work with them, well, they'll export your data, but they're not going to pay to keep your website up and do all of that. So huge difference in price there. But whichever route you're looking to go, these are the most important things you have to have on your website. Number one is you have to have the ability for people to search for properties. That is how you're going to always get leads coming in, is when people can do their own research. So that technology is called IDX. It stands for Internet Data Exchange. And essentially it's what connects your website to the MLS. So people can go on there, they can search privately and freely, just like your own independent Zillow. But when they find something they like, they're still with you. They haven't snuck away to a national portal, everything's still with you. So that's number one. Number two is you want to promote any testimonials or positive things that people have to say about you. You want to make sure it's mobile responsive. More than 85% of home searches begin on somebody's cell phone. So make sure it's formatted correctly for that. Of course, you need a blog section. The blog is what's going to actually build up your website's ranking so people can actually find you. And then you want to have lead capture everywhere going right into your CRM on the back end. Issue of portability, that's what I talked about at the beginning, having a website that can go with you. But really when it comes down to a successful lead generating real estate website versus a not so successful one is static versus dynamic. Static's the battle. Static means you build your beautiful website, you publish it, and then you never add any fresh content. It just sits in the search engines, loses value as other websites start to jump ahead. So you really need to make your website active and dynamic by adding blogs consistently and tying it to what gets the most traffic and activity online, which is social media. So this chart is where it brings it all together. Up here you have your website. Within that website, you have your blog. All of those keywords giving all of that SEO value. You take that blog, you share it across all of these social media platforms, but where are they driving everyone back to? Right back to your website. We call that linking and backlinking. taking one piece of information, sharing it across multiple sites that drives everyone back to you. But I got bad news. 9 out of 10 real estate websites today are in that bad static category. Because what's the only thing changing on most real estate websites? It's the listings. And remember what we talked about in the beginning, listings are database driven from the MLS, and Google does not index or give SEO value to that because it's the same on everyone's website. But by adding content consistently and tying it together, this is how you turn your social media from a toy into a powerful lead generating tool. Any questions on that piece?
So is the website, could it be Linktree? Is that like a website? So I thought-
Linktree is kind of just a landing page where you can send people to different websites, but it's not a website in and of itself. A full website would be like, it has property search capabilities, information about you, blog, everything in one. Linktree is just kind of like a directory to send people to whatever spot you're looking to.
This might sound like a dumb question, but like what, like, let's say just like. One thing, over the years, like, people don't wanna use your website to search for properties, they wanna use Zillow. And whatever, they're used to realtor.com, so. I mean. Could you just get your leads from your Instagram, Facebook, X, and like leave a static web thing? I know you're talking about CEO. I guess that's where I'm missing.
That SEO piece is really important.
Yeah,
And the whole thing with today's technology
Yeah.
era is you're not really as much in competition with every other agent around here, you're in competition with Zillow. And if people are not using anything with you, they're going through Zillow. Most people are gonna find the information they want. If they need more, they might fill out a lead capture on there. But then that contact information goes to whoever's purchasing the leads there.
right.
So in today's day and age, what you really want to do is have a platform that people can use as their Zillow. They can set up property alerts, they can save searches. If they know they can do everything they can do on Zillow on your website because it has the same data. If you are that main provider of value, then have them use yours rather than Zillow. The first couple of times it might be hey, I found this property on Zillow, can you help me with more information? You would say, actually, perfect, I'm gonna get you set up on my website. I'm gonna have all of the information go through here, you'll have a
Yeah.
portal, and then we can both see the information. I can send you stuff on the back end,
Yeah.
you can have it on the front end, and this is going to be our Zillow.
That's where I just never was successful, because I used to have my own website and all that, I just was never, I'm just being honest, successful in like. Getting them to break their Zillow relationship,
Yeah,
and so, I mean, but then they would just know me from social media or this or that, and then just be. Like, I know you, and I'm gonna still use Zillow and realtor.com. No?
it depends on what your website has.
Yeah.
If Zillow is more valuable to them, then
Yeah.
they might still go there. And with your
Yeah.
specific scenario, it probably was like people who are in your close circle,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they're gonna work with you no matter what.
Yeah,
But with this strategy, the whole goal with most real estate agents is, of course, those people are gonna work with you, but how do you get the people that are maybe on the fence? They have other agents that they're working with, they're trying to find a new agent. And by doing all of
Yeah.
this, driving that traffic back to the website, you stay top of mind here, they see the valuable information, and now they're back on your platform. Because this article is not sending them to Zillow, it's sending them back to your platform.
yeah, cause that's what I wanna do since that's what I really wanna capture, cause I work in 2 states,
Okay,
so. All the Californians moving here, right?
Yeah.
There's not as many, but there is. I wanna, like. I know Southern California super well. And I know Utah super
Yeah.
well, so.
so.
I wanna get those strangers,
Yeah,
like,
totally.
too,
So-
that are relocating.
The good news is, that is exactly why we're here, because our platform that we've created in partnership with Presidio does everything we talked about in class for you. We create you a custom website, it's content creation, CRM, automated marketing, all of that on the back end. So I'm gonna go through a quick
Okay.
demo. I'll show you guys what it is that we offer, and then we do also have we mentioned, exclusive pricing for Presidio agents to have all of this done for you. So first thing that we do is we create your own independent custom IDX website. This is not a subdomain, it's your independent website. If you have specific branding or logos that you want, we create all of those and update it with you. It's connected to the MLS, so people can search every single property, just like Zillow, right on your page. As we go through and we're building it, we're optimizing the SEO and AI discoverability to everything about you. The areas that you serve, your specialties, groups of people. Of course, we'll have your headshot and bio. We have all of your client testimonials that are indexed in there, property search, and then we have you give us, or actually before that, featured listings. Now this section here, if you have listings, we'll show those, but if not, we'll bring in any of the office's listings. So it always looks like you have some that you're promoting, even if you don't at the time. And then we have you give us up to 6 areas that you specialize in. So if somebody comes on here on the front end and they want to search Draper, for example, brings in everything. They can view it in photo grid view, they can view the properties in map view. But if I'm scrolling through and I want to learn more about, say, this property right here, it has all of the information that person can find on Zillow. All of the pictures, full listing sheet, interior, exterior information. We have where that property is located on a map, but we do also take it a step further and we integrate to show like what the walk score is, payment calculator, schools in the area, and even similar properties. If this isn't the one for that person, they can search all similar ones just like they could. So first thing is we want you to feel confident sending people here, knowing they never have to leave to go to a national portal because all the tools that they could ever want are right on here. But if you think back to what we were talking about with website, I said 9 out of 10 real estate websites are in what bad category?
Static.
Static. Of course, we're not going to give you a static website. We make it active and dynamic by embedding a blog within, and we create all of the content for you. So we create content in 3 different categories. First one is every single week you get a value-based article. These are going to be all the things Pam was talking about: interest rates, market updates, DIY projects. Around the holidays, sometimes we have recipes. So you get 1 article per week, but the best part is you're never going to get the same blog, same day, same time as anyone in the Presidio network. It's all unique to you at that time. If you have any content that you want to publish, you can post your own on the back end. It's super easy. And also everything is specific to the Utah area. You're not going to be getting blogs on palm trees. It's all this area. So first one article per week. Second thing is we actually follow your MLS ID. So anytime you have a needle market, an open house, price change, a sold on the buyer or seller side, you don't even have to let us know. We automatically get notified from the MLS and we create blogs for all of that. Now remember, this is huge because if somebody was driving by and searching for this listing address, because blogs have such high SEO value, they're far more likely to end up on your website than any other agent who might just have an IDX feed. And then the third and final category is market reports. At the end of each month, we download the data right from the MLS for the top 6 areas that you give us that you work in. We put it together in a nice graphic design form and then publish a fresh page on the site. So total for the month, it breaks down to a minimum of 10 fresh pages. Any listing activity is bonus above and beyond that. Again, great for building up that SEO value. But then we also take care of your Facebook business page, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, and your X. If you don't have any of these or they're not set up correct, you can personally work with Pam and I to build and optimize all of them for you. If you do have it, it's still your page. You can go on here and you can post pictures of your dogs, or you can go live. But if you get busy or you just don't have time, we're making sure that you remain active and top of mind every single week. And what I want you to notice is if I want to learn more about this article about Utah and I click on it, it takes me right back to that spot on your website, keeps me within the umbrella of your business. And then there's lead capture all over the website that goes right into the CRM that we provide you on the back end. So last piece of this is it does come with a full, robust real estate CRM. Because it's connected to the back end of the website, you're able to see what everyone's looking at. You can see what properties your prospects have been saving, can set up automated property alerts based on their search criteria. It's integrated with your email, and we give you an internet phone number so you can send and receive phone calls and texts right through here. Comes with a mobile app. You can work with your leads on the go or right on your computer. And then you can also send out your own custom email marketing. We have a ton of templates in here that you can write whatever message, send out 20,000 mass emails per month. We do also send out a monthly newsletter to all of your contacts on your behalf. So all of the blogs that we've published throughout the month, put it together in a nice graphic design form, and then we'll send that out. Great to stay top of mind, but also these buttons drive them back to your site to try and drum up some business. We have automated follow-up drip campaigns. So if a lead comes in, day 1, they get this, day 3, they get this. You can record and send out happy birthday videos. There's video marketing all included. Image design tools similar to Canva, if you want to make flyers to print or email. And then we also give you the paid version of ChatGPT right on the back end. So any custom content you might want to create, you can use this marketing AI tool, creates the blog about a local event coming up this weekend. And then with the click of a button, you can publish this on your website and all of your social media platforms. So this tool connects everything together, posts in one spot, goes everywhere. Now you're probably wondering, okay, Brandon, how much would something like this cost? So we're gonna pass out, or Pam's gonna pass out. So these are our pricing sheets. Now, this is the normal price that we offer for this. But I do want to make sure you guys have your pens, because I'm gonna have you cross off what's on there and write in what our exclusive partnership is. So normally, the cost for all of this, custom website, everything is $300 a month. Which honestly, if you think about it, if you were to hire a marketing assistant and pay them minimum wage to do all of this for you, probably end up paying more than $300 a month. But for our exclusive partnership, cross off that 300 and write in 120 for the monthly. Setup fee is normally 500. That's for our team to build your website, set up your CRM, get all of your contacts imported. Setup fee is discounted from 500 down to 200. And this is a 12-month partnership. So if rather than paying 120 a month for 12 months, you would rather just pay for it all up front, you save about $450 and the setup fee is waived. So for annual prepay, cross off $32.40, that's discounted down to just $1,200 for the year. Now this $1,200 covers just about everything. It covers the connection to the MLS, website hosting, security, certificates. The only thing outside of the $1,200 that you would be responsible for is a domain name. So if you currently have a domain name, we can use that same one, launch right under it. If you don't, you'll have to purchase one through GoDaddy. We'll help you with it during the onboarding process. Right now they're on sale. You can buy one for $6 for a year. So it's not expensive, but we do that because we want you to have full ownership over your branding, SEO, everything that comes along with it. $1,200 is everything with us. $6 for a domain name if you don't have one. Now, this is your pricing long-term. If you're doing the 120 a month, month 13 is going to be 120. The price never jumps up to this. End of the first year, you can pay another year at $1,200 or switch to the monthly. So the way that onboarding works with this is, first step is we have a group onboarding this upcoming Thursday. That's where we'll get all the info to build your website. From there, it takes our team about a week and a half to build it. We send a link for you to review, and then it launches. So very quick moving to get everything up and running. Before I move on to the add-on section, any questions on this complete suite, or Pam, anything you want to add?
Yeah, so this is, like we said, this is exclusive pricing. Your websites are different. Presidio websites are different than any other any other agent in our, that we even sell to. Your pricing is significantly lower. Your content is mostly Utah specific, this area. If you needed California, then we could do some California. So it's specific to that. So it's a little bit different. And, you know, again, Jennifer and myself and Brandon really worked super hard to get this price down where it's just super affordable. Even as a brand new agent, this is everything you know you should be doing. As a seasoned agent, this is everything you know you should be doing, but you shouldn't be doing it on your own. You know, automation is definitely something that you need to take advantage of. And that's why Jennifer is really like, we are here once a month. And we do webinars too, but she really wants every agent to get on board and get their social media the way it needs to be.
And Jennifer herself works on this too.
Yes, she does. Yeah.